Okay, thanks for being here. Going back through recapping Saturday, I think not a very, what I consider poor play and performance by our part, particularly starting on the offensive side. We only had one player we thought have a winning grade, winning performance, championship level, was Ricky Jones. We had no player of the game. You need more than one guy playing, grading out at a winning effort to play well, especially against a great opponent defensively and on the road. Got to do a better job of our planning, starting with me and our staff, just giving our players a better chance to be a little bit more aggressive, get our run game going again, ability to convert and stay on schedule a lot more and be a lot more aggressive. So we'll have been looking very hard at how we can just get ourselves back in sync and rhythm. And we'll get a tough challenge here with the multiple looks of Rutgers, but we've got to do that. We've got to help our players out as coaches a lot. We are dealing with some glitches, but everyone does, so that's nothing more than it's college ball. You know, you have some guys that are prepared, ready to go, and you got to play to their strengths. Every team has strengths. Every team has weaknesses, and we got to maximize some things that we're good at, get back at it with our line of scrimmage play, tight end play, and helping our skill guys continue to heal up, but also those young skill guys keep coming along. Some players need to step up, but coaches do too. We need to move forward positively, and I expect us to do so. We had a really good week last week from our scout look. I thought we were really prepared well. We recognized our front four scout D-line was awesome, and we knew we were going to get a great challenge with Penn State's front. But Michael Barwick, Darren Meminger, really good to see those guys. Michael had a little slight injury. He's back full go and coming along very nicely for a second-year guy that you need to develop, both he and Darren. Brandon Wilson, who's been close to playing. We haven't played him yet. I think we've played 12 freshmen. I think that's 60 in 5 years, so we're playing a fair amount of young guys. Brandon's close, but the way Shaw, Mangieri, and some of those edge guys are playing, Gooch going out there, we're able right now maybe to hold his year. We'll see. Tony Thomas, who's been recognized a couple times, does a great job as well. Those were our scout team players of the week. We did have a great week of prep from those guys. Expected to play better. We got to plan it up and dial it up and get us back in rhythm. Thought Danny Cameron did a good job coming in when he got thrown out there. Managed it pretty calmly. Did okay. We did have one turnover. Really wasn't his fault. It was a bad ball. We also had a receiver kind of run a route poorly that brought the guy that made the interception play that we got to clean up. We had 7 3-and-outs, which was not a good deal. 5 times we crossed the 50-yard line. We scored 1 touchdown, and that wasn't a good deal. Too many missed assignments, lack of physical play. So to me, that tells me maybe we're doing too much, and we got to get back and not necessarily simplify things, but put our kids in better places to play well. The kicking game, player of the game was Danny Gotzel. Had 3 tackles on punt coverage. He's a true freshman. He's doing a great job snapping for us. He's been outstanding. That was a huge loss last year with losing our snapper and with Matt Dooley, and the way Danny's come in has been very, very good for us. And pleased with him. Eric Toth had 4 punts inside the 20. Was having a great day until his last kick placement got out into the middle of the field and covering the whole field. We gave up a 19-yard return outside of that. Our punt team was a lot better. Ben Bach was very good on that punt team. We had Tyler Green and Simi Cobbs. We thought did a great job. Good to see Tyler out there playing. Played a little bit of defense. They were on punt return. Mario Swan, our kickoff return, was very, very good. And Damian Willis and Dawson Fletcher. Matter of fact, I think Fletcher's one that had that onside kick return. I think we got this Dawkins. That was Fletcher, I think, 29-28. Is that right? Yeah, double check. Well, Fletcher's saying it's him, so FYI. If it's worth. Defensively, and then the kicking game, even though we did okay again, we still didn't have impact as far as, creating any significant field position turnovers. Our punt team did okay. But when the offense was going 3 and out, you really didn't flip the field a lot. You didn't pin them down deep. We didn't have any significant returns or anything that really impacted the game. And when you're playing in the Big Ten East and when you play on the road, we got push and find ways to get more guys recognized and making plays for us in kicking. Defensively, I thought our defense played hard, played well. I thought they were put in a lot of bad situations. The way the offense executed, kept throwing them out there. They weathered a little bit in the second and fourth quarter and didn't tackle as well down the stretch in both those quarters. But again, they really battled for the bulk of that game. Gave up a couple big plays. We got to keep working to minimize. But had some solid performances. Nick Mangieri graded well. That's 5 of 6 games that he's had what we consider a winning performance. Zach Shaw played very well. That's 3 of 6 games for him. Marcus Oliver was a winning grade. That's 4 of 6 performances. So those 3 guys are playing high-end ball for us, and we need more guys like that. T.J. Simmons had a championship performance, winning grade, as did Rashard Fant. 2 players of the game were Zach Shaw and Rashard Fant. Scouts, Chris Gajic, young walk-on receiver for us, and Camion Patrick was awesome. Did a great job for us, and he's doing very well. Defensively, had some nice quarterback pressures, tackle for losses, sacks. Got to keep building on that. We were solid on 3rd down. We did allow them in their 3 scores on opportunities to score, 3 for 3. We had too many missed tackles, probably our poorest tackling performance to date. And we had 3 penalties that led to 2 first downs and eliminated a possible turnover. So, I think I saw, and I could be wrong, you guys will say our penalties are killing us, but I think Ohio State's the most penalized team in the league. They're number 1 in the nation. So penalties hurt you, but when you're playing aggressive and, some of the foolish penalties, some of those offsides you like to clean up. Years ago, working for Coach Walker, he would go crazy every time the defensive lineman jumped offside. Can't you see the ball? He would just go crazy. And I went to Oklahoma, and Coach Stoops never said a word, because he said you can't jump the ball if you don't jump offside. So sometimes some things are going to happen. You want to live with it. We need to minimize it, but our team's playing harder. Sometimes, again, you're going to get your hands outside and get a cheap holding call, or grab and get a face mask, or you're aggressive and there's we got hands to the face, and that's football, and the guy just got high, and a couple times they got in our face. Sometimes it's called, sometimes it's not. It's just part of the game. But kids played hard, so we want to clean up the penalties, but I don't think that's by any means the reason we lost that football game. We got beat at the line of scrimmage, offensively in particular. We've got to do a better job playing and score some points, and when you muster 1 touchdown, you're not going to win a lot of football games. Moving on to Rutgers, they're coming in at 2-3. However, they've lost to Washington State on the last play of the game. Michigan State, they got it last play of the game, and trying to drive, they give up a touchdown. They basically controlled that game against a great football team here 2-3 days ago. They lost at Penn State when they were dealing with some issues. That's their 3 losses. Washington State just beat Oregon. Michigan State's undefeated. Penn State's 5-1. They've lost to an undefeated team. So they've got 3 losses. They've lost to 3 pretty good football teams. They're very talented. 9 of the last 10 years, I believe it's 9 of 10. It might be 10 of 11. They've been in bowl games. They play with a great deal of pride, energy, and effort. You watch the way they swarm the ball defensively. Look at their skill set, the way they run the power and counter and play action game on offense. They're multiple D, multiple coverages, multiple blitzes, really make your quarterback work, make your offensive line work, can get you off schedule. Pressure and coverage looks very long and athletic. Very skilled group defensively. Offensively, a bunch of motion, shift, and trade,